From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your weather tonight.
If you're not a fan of the hot weather, it's going to be around for the next few days. Heat advisory here across all the viewing areas, southern middle Tennessee, northwest Alabama, and northeast Mississippi. This will continue through at least Friday, if not Saturday, with heat index values over 100 this week, likely over 105 to be honest, and just air temperature daytime highs well up into the upper 90s, if not the lower 100s. Your hourly forecast for tonight's on the warm side, as a matter of fact, for overnight standards, falling out of the 80s into the 70s for the late evening, bottoming out somewhere in the low to mid 70s around daybreak with mostly clear skies, maybe some patchy fog here and there across the area, but fog not a big deal. And then we warm quickly as we head through the morning, getting closer to the upper 80s and not too far from 90 degrees by 10 a.m. here. And we'll be well up into the 90s once again as we head to the afternoon. As a matter of fact, upper 90s are likely. A few folks in North Alabama, northeast Mississippi, back in the southwest Tennessee, maybe near 100 degrees for daytime highs. Notice the heat index values the next few days, 105 plus. So that's that dangerous type of heat where you really have to pay attention to your body. Make sure you're hydrated. Take breaks as often as you are able to. If you have to be outside for any length of time, not something we haven't seen before, but that doesn't make it any less dangerous to your body if you don't take care of yourself. Now, we do have some relief on the way late into the weekend. Early next week, highs back in the mid to upper 80s by early next week, with heat index values coming back to more tolerable levels as well. We just have to get through the next few days, but take care of yourself and we'll be just fine the next few days. Rain chances, not around through Friday, but we do have increasing chances of isolated showers and thunderstorms going into Saturday and Sunday as moisture gradually returns across the area, but no big rain chances on the board for at least the next 7 days. Ridge of high pressure over the central United States has the jet stream way up north, has the deep tropical moisture down to the south. So we have sinking air and suppression here, and that means hot weather with the AUKUS sun angle across the area well up into the 90s, if not the lower 100s here and there. Heat index values 103 to 106 or higher each afternoon. And no widespread wet weather that stays down near the coast or into the Gulf of Mexico, as a matter of fact. But maybe some isolated rain chances as we head closer to the weekend ahead. We are watching the tropics. Tropics flared up the past few days with several named systems out there. We actually had Tropical Storm Harold form in the Gulf of Mexico earlier this morning. That made landfall earlier today in South Texas. Here's the latest advisory on what's now down to Tropical Depression Harold, moving west-northwest at 21, maximum sustained winds down to 35. It will continue weakening further, becoming a remnant low as we head through the overnight because it's now over land, and it will continue to weaken because of friction and likely to fall apart as it heads toward the northern Mexico mountains. We have Tropical Storm Franklin on the board out in the Caribbean. Not as strong as what it was yesterday. Maximum sustained winds on the latest advisory down to 40. Moving northwest at 7, it will cross Hispaniola and make more of a northward turn out into the open Atlantic. So no threat to the United States, but likely to intensify into a hurricane as it moves northward out into the western Atlantic. No U.S. threat, though. Here's your first cut forecast as you get coffee in the morning on the way out the door early in the morning for work or school. Mostly clear skies, so quiet weather out there. Looking nice, starting in the lower 70s. But don't let the looking nice fool you. It's going to be hot by the afternoon. Mostly sunny here, highs in the upper 90s, maybe a few folks hitting 100. Heat index values 105 or higher across the area. Even hotter, honestly, as we head through the next couple of days, Thursday and Friday. Upper 90s to lower 100s in a few spots. Heat index values into the triple digits. And then we start to back off the heat Sunday into early next week. A few isolated thunderstorms along the way over the weekend, with no big rain chances here on the board for at least the next 7 days. There's a look at your latest forecast. I'll be back in the morning filling in for Kelly Rosson with another look at your local weather.